Imagine you're just shopping at a local store on Mother's Day and you catch someone recording you in the dressing room. Now, there's a even bigger twist. You live in a liberal state called Colorado. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to is called "Woman Stops Man Recording in Women in Dressing Rooms Advocates for Victims at His Sentencing." I've seen a little bit of this video because I was curious on what I was going to see, mostly because I wanted to make sure. I mean, obviously, it was a news report, so there is some type of censoring, but I was a little worried to react to it. So, but buckle up. If you like, a link to the original video down in the description below. If you like the commentary and discussions that we do here on this channel, consider subscribing, all that jazz. Get your keyboards ready because it's going to get crazy. Oh, and link to the description. We made a Discord for the channel, so you guys can come hang out and even recommend videos. Let's get it.
The video went viral last year. This mom taking down a man who was filming her while she was changing in a department store dressing room. Well, today that man sentenced for his crimes. Paul Gonzalez was initially charged with 8 counts.
Under a plea agreement, he pled guilty to invasion of privacy for sexual gratification. Today, he was sentenced to 60 years in jail. 60 days in jail, I should say.
Your reporter, Kirsten Suzal, met the...
So guy gets caught, only sentenced to 60 days. He's 19, so he is an adult, by the way, and only gets 16 days or 60 days in jail. That's crazy.
That victim joins us now.
Kirsten, she's come to terms with the plea agreement. However, she's still frustrated with part of the investigation.
Yeah, that's right. And part of that plea agreement is that he now has to register as a sex offender. Michelle Chandler spoke at the sentencing today, although...
I mean, that's pretty rough, but we've seen instances, especially in liberal cities or liberal states like Colorado, where they can get that label removed off of them. So, I don't know how much of a punishment that this is.
She wanted to see justice. She mostly wants to see Gonzalez get help. She told me she even waived her victim compensation and instead hopes Gonzalez will use the money to get the help he needs.
I had a lot of anger. It was like all of this rage, like, you can't do this to me.
Michelle Chandler never thought self-defense classes would be a part of her weekly routine. She also never thought she'd catch a man filming her with...
What are the chances a woman is taking, which by the way, women, ladies of any origin, country of origin. Okay, I know my audience is very international and I'm very proud and I'm grateful for that. So this goes out to all my ladies. Fellas, this doesn't apply to you. Okay, ladies. I think it's, even if it's just for the sake of health and like just having something to do, and like a physical, physical health, right? Like having a physical activity that you do. But I do think some type of jiu-jitsu, some type of boxing, anything that is, that'll allow you to protect yourself in the future, I think is very, very important. Not just like, I'm not a gun advocate, but I'm not against people owning firearms, right, to protect themselves. But that being said, like, I still think like, especially women need to have these classes or some type of training to protect themselves. Not for anything serious. Like, this is still pretty serious, but the guy wasn't violent. He didn't seem violent. So it was more of like, at least you can restrain someone if you absolutely do not want this person to get away. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think something like this is very, 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 very beneficial, regardless of where you are in life. Some form of it.
Without her knowledge.
It's almost as if I can see you replaying every aspect in your head. That hasn't gone away. No.
It was the day before Mother's Day last year when Chandler, a mother of 5, visited Nordstrom Rack in Lakewood in search of a Mother's Day outfit. Instead, she found a man filming her from the changing room next door.
How dare they misgender him? Her. I mean, I don't mean to be toxic, but it's kind of crazy that like they let a guy into the changing rooms, the women's changing rooms. So just there's, how do I say, like, I don't want to come off like overly toxic in this video, but I think I do want to point out the fact that the argument of like we should just let people go in whatever restrooms or whatever changing rooms kind of falls apart in reality, like when you actually apply it. And this is a great example of that. Because like what all it would take to avoid a situation like this and violating women's privacy and Because let's be honest, I'm pretty sure this guy's probably done it before. If he's doing this right now, he's probably done it before. So it's just one of those things where it's like, all it would take to avoid this issue is just tell a guy not to go into the women's dressing room or women's restroom. Simple fix, but everything must be much more complicated than it needs to be. And I think women, it's kind of weird because it's like I think we got to get back to prioritizing the safety of women when it comes to advocating for women. It kind of sounds crazy, but it really is like this weird thing that's still kind of going on where it's like, we're going to advocate for women by giving them less protections. And it's like, dude, no, that women in America have fought years and years and years for these protections and policies and just for all of it to get thrown away because of a couple people on Twitter. It's kind of crazy.
I bent down and looked underneath the stall to make sure what I was seeing was correct. And he was still squatted down. He had his pants at his thighs.
Chandler grabbed the 19-year-old as he tried to escape, as shown by this cell phone video captured at the scene, while two male employees helped to hold him until police arrived.
Can I be honest? I don't want to make things worse, but the fact that he's not even trying to fight, I think he kind of enjoys it. Is that weird? Because look at him. Look at this positioning right here. He's a freak.
Hands down. He started trying to take off. You know, there was a fight.
Chandler had help in the midst of a humiliating situation until she says managers told the employees to let the perpetrator go.
Ridiculous. I think we need to start giving employees, obviously, like, I understand the legal reasons. We don't want the employees to get in trouble and shit. But something like this is like let's switch the scenario. If the woman was a girl, like a young girl, right? Underage girl. Would they be like, oh no, we gotta let him go, guys? No, this dude's a freaking PDF, a pedophile. Like, you know, like if you were to change the scenario, this would be a wholly different thing. And if I was in that building and I heard that was happening, and we all come to the consensus that this is what's really was happening, that person is not leaving the building. That's crazy. Like that's just like, whatever happened to shame, whatever happened to accountability, whatever happened to caring about some sense of, wow, there's a term for it. Someone can let me know in the comments. I'm probably gonna say the wrong thing, but I'm gonna take a guess at it. But I need someone to correct me in the comments. It's called high trust. Is it high trust society? Like we're not able to trust each other to get anything and anything. And I think it's kind of like it's similar along the lines to something like that. But it's just the reality is we can't expect anything to get done if you don't do it yourself.
Leaving her alone to restrain the man who violated her.
I looked at them and I said, you let people get away for shoplifting. Where does this end? And she repeated herself and said, you know, as employees, we need you to remove yourself immediately.
Nordstrom did not respond to our questions, but its Customer Bill of Rights online says Nordstrom requires its employees to respect the basic civil and legal rights of any person suspected of shoplifting or other crime committed on store property.
Bro, imagine the state of Colorado is having Nordstrom Rack and Nordstrom over here like, guys, the victim here is actually the criminal. Guys, we got to respect their civil and legal rights. Like, I understand they have civil and legal rights, but you're recording somebody in changing rooms. And it's clear that it's not just one person, but there's a group of people. This is a real issue. This is a thing that's actually happening. And yet, it's like, what? Like, let's say a guy comes in there, starts murdering people, right? Guys, look, listen, guys. First of all, you're not allowed to go on your lunch break. You can't clock out. You can't leave the building. Okay, you're still working there. But guys, listen. We got to respect the legal, basic rights and civil liberties of this murderer right now. Guys, listen. It's not very. It's not very progressive of you. No, I just think I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of. Is anybody just tired of collateral damage to just innocent people for the dumbest shit. Like, this woman did not get any justice. Let's say she wasn't a woman that didn't have training or any sense of self-defense. She would have not caught that guy, and the guy probably would have left forever. Like, what would have happened? Probably would have gone somewhere else and started doing it again. Do you see what I'm saying? Who's to say that those videos aren't online now because of that? The fact that, like, I understand when you're a victim of a crime, like, you don't control certain things. But we as a society got to be like, bro, like, this is embarrassing. This is shameful. These people, we need to shame these people committing these crimes. It's the same thing with shoplifting. Like, how do you not have shame, but instead are excited to shoplift because as long as you do it under $900, yas, queen, slay, yas, queen, slay. Like, what is the mentality, right? That, look, actually it's racist to arrest shoplifters. Hello? Like, it's getting ridiculous.
Investigators later found 3 additional women were filmed that day.
I can't make this shit up. What the fuck? Like I said, I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it. That's crazy. Bro, if you're not feeling like the Joker right now, you should. Okay? Because how is this, like, how are we supposed to be saying that, yes, pro women, protect women, but then we're letting fucks like this get off, literally and figuratively? Like, that's crazy to me. Isn't that crazy? Am I the only one that's like, yo, this is not fucking normal? How we got to this point? I don't understand. Ugh! I just want to choke something. Probably choke my hog later, but oh, I'm sorry. Probably the wrong time to make that joke. Anyway, let's get back to it. I just got Joker pilled right there when hearing that. Anyway,
including one who was fully unclothed.
Oh boy, getting mad. That's oh buddy, oh man, oh ladies, I don't know how you deal with this state of the world right now, how backwards it is. It's like, imagine you have so much progress over the years, just for the last 5 years to just become like this Black Mirror episode where you, the woman, should be expected to be a victim, and like you can't complain about it because, like, oh, that's not very slay queen of you. Like, that's crazy, dude. All this is crazy to me.
However, Chandler says Lakewood PD never pursued their identities. In the criminal case against Gonzalez, those 3 women are listed as Jane Does.
I was told, if this had happened to you and you had not known, would you want to know? Suddenly every woman would wonder, is it me? And it could cause panic and a sizable number of people trying to contact, like flooding Lakewood PD.
Ladies, let me know. Would you want to know? If I would want to know. I'm just gonna be honest. I would want to know, solely because how are you gonna hold anybody responsible? And if it leaks and it comes out later, if it ends up online, right? Then at least you could mentally prepare before it happens, right? Like, oh boy, no, yeah, ladies, let's make decisions for them, yeah, because Colorado definitely got it. They're definitely not wrong in the head for that.
Will they get peace or closure? There's 2 sides to every coin.
A spokesperson for Lakewood Police told CBS Colorado, if we were able to identify these women, we absolutely would. Unfortunately, in this case, we were unable to identify who they were. Still, Chandler wants to be an advocate for those women.
I want all women and girls to be protected. I also feel like I am the only voice for 3 other women.
I guarantee you there's more. I guarantee you, when they crack open his phone and the hard drive, and probably this is what's insane to me. Okay, this is what's insane to me. The fact that he got only 60 days and he's going to get to walk around with the label on him, which in very liberal states you can get off, because of like some stupid shit, some random ass shit that people can do. But that being said, it's like, if they would have put this guy in jail for something more severe and longer, I guarantee you they could have got a warrant for his computers and all his electronic devices, and I guarantee you there's probably a lot more. It's almost like when someone does something like this, they're repeat offenders. But at the same time, even if it's just this one time, right? Let's say this is the only time they've ever done it. Where did he learn this from? Who did he learn this from? And let's say he didn't learn this from anybody. Who are the people around him? Like there's just so many different pieces that you can, if you start asking questions, this behavior is not normal. Okay. And so that's what I'm trying to say is like, this behavior is not normal. And that even if the crime, this was the only thing he's ever done, who are the people around him? I guarantee you the FBI would want to know. Right? Like that's just because it's like, well, how did he learn that behavior? Who's gave him the idea? Is it some people online? Like it's, you see what I'm saying? Like there's so many more. You can let me know in the comments if maybe I'm being too conspiratorial. I know I've been told in the past that sometimes I over, like, not overthink, but I over, like, you know, it's called the, what is it? I'll try to remember what someone said. You're just cynical because you're an American. So you sometimes, you know, that extra option in my head that I'm like, well, what if it's this? It's like, no, it's because you're American. You're just extremely cynical. And I'm like, okay, all right. I don't think we're the most cynical, all right? But no, it's just like, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I think there's probably more questions that can be asked if this person was actually held more accountable.
That have no idea.
Now, a year later, she says she's gained a strength she didn't know was possible.
I would not take back what I've been through for who I am today. The resilience, the strength, the interchange, and the confidence that I have.
That guy looks like he got the ears. That's how you know. Oh, fellas, if you ever trying to fight somebody, get in a fight, you look at the ears. If the ears look like this, don't do it. It don't matter if it's jiu-jitsu or what. If their ears look like this, they could be the worst fighter ever, but if they have this ears like this, it means that they can take a hit, and that's the people you don't want to fight are the ones that can take hits, not because they can always swing. They just don't go down. So, fellas, if they got cauliflower ears, avoid them at all costs. But that's also too, like, I think we need more women only, like actual women only spaces. I'm talking about chromosomes too, like chromosome makeup, right? Because I think women, now this might sound like an overcorrection, but I think women, for example, when it comes to like safety and gyms, and so I just think because the last 5 years, everything was like so injected and taken away from them. I think we should try to go back and give them those spaces. Like, it might seem like overcorrection, but I think there needs to be some type of correction, in my opinion.
Today, the resilience, the strength, the interchange, and the confidence that I have. I just feel like I have my strength and my dignity back.
Nordstrom Rack in Lakewood has since changed their dressing room so the partition walls now touch the floor.
Bro, oh yes, congrats. Thank you. Thank you, Nordstrom Rack. Very, very progressive of you to do it that way. Thank you. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Am I overreacting? Ladies, do you feel safe when you're in changing rooms with men on the other side? Love you guys. Check out the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.